Hello and welcome to your first time or first chance for most of you to create your own website. Once you log into Google, normally you go over here to the apps. And once you click on the apps, we normally spend most of our time in Drive. In order to create a website, you need to go to where it says Sites. Once the sites load, you're just going to simply go to Create. You're going to create a website. What I suggest doing is name your site. Now, for the first time we make a website, we're going to do it based on a book. So for instance, I read Swindle. So I'm going to call my website title called Swindle. Now you can look for other templates for your website. You can just leave it blank. I leave it blank and then I customize it as I go throughout. So I titled it Swindle. I'm just going to hit create. Now what Google does is Google will save your site exactly like it does documents, presentations, and everything else. The main thing here to remember is you always have a chance to edit. So if you make a mistake, it's pretty easy to edit. All right, here's what my website's going to look like. Now it's very basic, it's very boring right now. We don't have to worry about that. We're going to eventually customize it to add color and add more images and videos and so forth. I just want to teach you the basics right now. So first thing you need to be aware of is this tool right up here. It's called Edit Page. It's going to load the editor. Once the editor is loaded, then you can see my cursor's blinking down here. Then I have the ability to type. So for instance, if my book was Swindle, my home page of the website would have a summary over the book. Or it could have kind of one of those catchy deals where you say a question, and if you want to learn more, check out my website, you can do that. So I can just start to type, my book is called Swindle, and leave it like that. Now you can highlight it. Now it works the same way as the documents do. I can change the font size. I want to go bigger, I want to bold, italicize, underline. I can change my text color. I can change for it to be a different font. There's not a lot of fonts to choose from, but that's okay. You can center it in the center of your page if you'd like. You can align it to the right side if you have a picture on the left side. These are just some buttons and tools that you can kind of play around with. So I do want to show you the layout. Now the layout for this is just a one column simple layout. If I wanted to do 2 columns, you'll see that there's a spot over here. Now this is useful if you want to put in images and you want them to line up pretty well. You can also change it to 3 column. Obviously the text needs to be smaller, or you're having to type less if you have 3 different spots. If you don't like that, you can just go back to this. This is a little bit different. There's a spot on the top you can type and the bottom, and then your main section in the middle. I'm just going to leave mine as 1 column simple. And this is something you can always change once you start getting more information to your website. Once you have a summary typed or something catchy to hook your author or your reader's attention, or whoever's going to check out your website, you can go to Insert. Now in the Insert section, you can insert an image. Again, it works pretty similar to how we do with our documents. Upload an image. That's if you have your own computer at your house and you saved an image, you can upload it. Web address. Here's where you're going to copy and paste. So I'm going to open a new tab. Now I'm using Internet Explorer because I'm logged in as a student. Yours is Chrome and it looks a little bit different. I'm just going to go to Google. I'm going to go to Images. And again, my title of my book was Swindle. I'm just going to type in Swindle. Now I need to go back and see what I have to do. So it's the image URL. So I need to copy the image URL. So I'm going to come here, and this one is exactly the one I want. So I want to right click on it, and I want to go to, it'll say copy the image URL when you're using Chrome. Now mine is just going to say copy, so I'm going to pretend that it says copy image URL. I'm going to come back here, and then I would do a paste. Now your paste is going to allow the image to pop down here, and then you press OK. It works different in Internet Explorer, so I'm not going to take you through those steps, but Google Chrome is a right-click copy image URL, and you right-click paste there. You can also, when you start working on this more, you can insert YouTube clips about your book, or if the author is reading about the book, that's an awesome way to extend or make your website even that much better. You also have access to all the things in your Google Drive. So if you made a presentation over your book or a document, or you drew an image in Google Drawing, you could pull that into it. There's a lot of fun features you can play around with. There's some more gadgets you can try. The main thing is to keep the focus on your book. All right, so I'm done with this part. We're going to pretend I type more with images and a bunch of neat things for my website. Now I want to add a new page. I go right here to Create Page, and I want to create a page called Characters. I'm just going to type in the name, and I hit Create, and you'll notice on the left-hand side underneath where it says Home Page, you will now have a page that's called Characters. Right now, I have the ability to type on this page. So if I want to just start typing, I can say the main characters are. I can list all the characters. I can also put an image of that character or what I think the character looks like. If it's a 10-year-old boy that loves to play soccer, I can find a character or a cartoon character that looks pretty close to that person or character. Now I'm going to hit Save. Same thing. Now I want to go and add a new page. This one I want to call Setting. And it takes a second to load. Now I have characters, I have setting. I can add this setting, I can add a really neat image to it. I can find a YouTube clip. Let's say your book takes place in England. You can find a really cool video on England that you can put into your website. I just want to hit save there for now. Then I want to add another one, another page. This one will be called Conflict or Problem. Now every book, almost every book has a conflict or a problem. And on this page then you can tell about it. I'm going to hit save. And I want to add another page, and this page is going to be called the summary. Now you can get really creative with it. If you don't want to call it summary, if you have a different way of saying it, you sure can. Your website should have several pages inside your website. Now I'll make another video to show you how to start to customize and add colors and add some more neat features. For right now, just to get started, you need to have your home page started and get a characters page or a setting page or a summary page. All right, thanks a lot, and let's have a good start to this.